Hello, everybody, and thank you for sticking with us. It was a very long break, unfortunately. Our two teams weren't ready to play earlier than we were hoping, but they were set their original time, so understandable why they weren't ready to go at the drop of a hat. Unfortunately, like I was saying, for anybody who did kind of join in earlier and see why there was an hour break in the middle of the broadcast, unfortunately, Munster weren't able to field a team for today, so they had to give up their game and gave a win over to the other side. This does now mean that we are on to game number 4, Rising Dawn versus Lucent. Today, there has been a bit of a theme with not all the players being able to be around, so we continue that theme with some subs in this game. M-Test, we've had, our first two games were very fast-paced and very explosive, not what we expected from 12-10.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you, Ibrahim. Like there were so much chaos. We saw the Nocturne comp. We were kind of saying that whoever engages first kind of wins, and obviously we saw that. Like there were so many fights back and forth, but every single time that one team engaged, they just kind of won. And in the first game as well, I mean, just kind of similar. Like people they don't wanna stick around to scale. I mean, they were actually playing like the Cartus in the first game. Snilly was turbo scaling on that champion, but he was not scared to fight regardless. They were fighting for the bot crab actually level 3. So I mean, yeah, as you mentioned, like a lot of other teams are kind of taking a step back. We saw that especially Division 1, like they're just playing the scaling strategy and hope it works. And they just play for the Drakes, which we have seen today as well. We have seen a lot of priority on the Drakes, but not nearly like as close of a slow-paced game as in Division 1.
Yeah, no, Division One was a lot more chill, a lot more slow paced. I'm curious to see, if we keep up the interesting draft. Well, the kind of I say interesting draft, the very different drafts from what we were seeing, over in Division One. We haven't seen much emphasis on the Talia. There has still been the Wukong and the Gwen priority, but other than that, for the most part, it's been teams picking very different things. Obviously, we've seen the Yones. We've seen two Akalis today as well. Consistent Akali coming out. Champions who you didn't think you'd be seeing in the durability patch still seem to be showing up here in Division 2. And, part of it kind of goes down to, our conversation with was this I think it was Stumpy, sorry. Where they were just like, yeah, I was just playing what I known. I haven't played for a while. I was just playing what I knew. MF lethality. So it still works. I think that's the key thing is these things are still playable and still works. And I think a lot of teams, especially in Div 1, are a little scared of like going, oh, we just don't do any damage now. So we just won't fight. We won't do anything. We'll just play for objectives. But it feels like in this league, teams are a lot more comfortable going toe to toe and really trying to, still skill check each other other than outdraft each other. We are in to pick some bans now for game number 4 of the night. See what's going to get picked up here. We've seen a lot of GP bans on blue side first, but it's the Ari coming out from the side of Rising Dawn.
Yeah, and this is like a champion we have seen like people put so different priority on. Some people think it's just still first pick worthy. Some people think it's the champ is not nearly as strong as it used to be. We've seen like so many different picks into this. We saw so much like Ari to Lissandra on the MSI patch, right? I mean now it's obviously a completely like different game with this new patch coming in. One theme though today, like and Lily hasn't gone through a single draft, and on the red side, and Gwen has gone through once, I think, and that was quite a mistake for sure. Because I mean, yeah, News just kind of took over on that champion once he got one item. Um, the Olaf, I think you talked about this before in the pre-show. This champion just on 12.10, right, is just completely unstoppable. So kind of surprised we haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure I went through all the other pick and bans, but now getting banned off from Radiant Dawn.
Alrighty, well, seeing what's going to get picked up here is the first pick. GP has been left open, but actually, the Carthus rears its head for the second time today. I would like to see Lucent pick something that can invade it and deal with it because we saw natives pull it off versus United at the start of the day. And the big problem from that was they just didn't deal with the Carthus and it just got to free farm. And they even picked that Pike and we spoke to them afterwards and they're like, yeah, the game plan was just Pike roams and then Carthus cashes in on the waves. And then Carthus just shot ahead of everyone in the lead. Now, we are finally seeing a Volley Bear getting picked up here for potentially Rhydona in the jungle. So kind of harking back to one of the shops for champions that we were seeing fairly high priority on 12-10 over in Division 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you mentioned, right? You want to see like someone kind of punish this Cardus pick, and I mean, Volibear is for sure one of them, right? He can really do a lot in the early game, and with Jinx paired up with Jinx as well. I mean, Jinx just kind of gets prio, especially when Lucian is banned out. Kind of gets prio in a lot of matchups. So maybe this is the strategy that they're going for. I mean, we saw people try this before, right? Earlier today, it didn't quite work out, but then again, maybe this time around it's gonna pop off. I see two solo lanes instantly locked in for the side of Radiant Dawn. Actually, Akshan and the Camille. Kind of interesting.
Interesting. So we can see the Akshan go into that mid lane. I don't think I've casted an Akshan yet. I think I genuinely have avoided this champion my entire career. Thank God, I absolutely hate Akshan. So we'll see what the answer is going to be here into Akshan. Looking for the Poppy. I actually like this because you can stop him swinging around. Obviously, this is Poppy either top or jungle. So it's not obviously to go in as a lane counter, but as we move later into the game, it stops him and Camille from being able to try and jump into the middle of the fight. Stefan's presence a really good tool at shutting down, high mobility champions. And they've actually bought themselves for the side of Lucent a very strong front line to kind of protect this Jinx. I think an enchanter support here would be really, really important for them if they can get their hands on the likes of the Lulu, the hands on the Karma and stuff like that. You can really look to just kind of get into those mid to late game fights with a lot of tools, with a good front line and a buffed up Jinx to carry the fights. But as we're waiting our way through the bans, we're seeing that Lucent do skip that first ban. I do believe some teams have lost bans. I'm not sure because I don't think we've had full bans on everyone yet. So I'm curious whether or not that is the case. Either way, see what this next band's going to be. It's going to be that Lulu. So yeah, I kind of expect to see Lulu show up somewhere in the picks and bans, and it's just going to get denied from the side of Lucent.
Yeah, I mean, good prediction there, right on the spot. I think Lucent, they already have like kind of some sort of engage at least with the Volibear, with the Poppy as well. I mean, actually Poppy not being that insane engagement, but can for sure peel the Jinx a lot. I just hope that in this game, like it's kind of similar to like every Cardus draft. I mean, actually we only seen one, but if the Cardus gets ahead with these like really strong solo lanes in the Akshan in the Camille, it's gonna be really hard to deal with the side lane. Feel like Lucent already like drafted for team fight. So I would like to see Radiant Dawn just kind of stick with their guns for now and just keep drafting like for side lane. Maybe like draft a roaming support and like a really stable AD can like kind of keep up on his own. Maybe like an Astral or something. Really. I do, however, feel like Lucent. I mean, again, as I mentioned, they have the Volibear, they have some sort of engagement, but they need more because if they're drafting like this, they're not gonna win side lane, which is okay, right? They're drafting for the team fights, but then they need to be able to pull the trigger like way harder than what they currently have. And the Victor actually gonna get locked into the Akshan, so not sure if this is a counter. Maybe they just need some AP scaling and damage in the mid lane, but I think this Akshan probably gonna have a good time in this matchup, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like Akshan's going to be all right here. I think the thing about Akshan is typically he doesn't really have enough damage to kill you, but you also don't have enough damage to kill him because he just always has the hook shot and he's able to swing away. So, it's very much a lane where like he'll bully you to the point where you really don't want to overstep. And you can't really fire back on him. It's quite hard to gank him, but the fresh on Aphelios coming through for the side of Rising Dawn here. So giving themselves a little bit of kind of scaling utility, and obviously, that the utility in the fresh to be able to peel the Aphelios out. Seeing what the final pick is going to be here for the side of Lucent. I did forget about actually that Poppy was technically flexible, but it looks like they're just going to go for the Tom Kench as the support, kind of also add that peel factor to the side of Lucent. And I think you kind of hit the nail on the head earlier. The biggest problem we have right now with Lucent's comp is they actually don't really have any engage.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite. I mean, they do have like so much range with the Victor with the Jinx, so I kind of understand it. However, like once again, like Radiant Dawn, if they are able to get these solo lanes ahead with Camille and Akshan and the Cardus as well, is kind of being able to. Pretty sure he's gonna be able to maybe not free scale. I think Lucent has some tools to like kind of shut him down early, but like Radiant Dawn for sure, they did not like draft both weeks like solo lanes and bot lanes. So gonna be interesting to see if Fat in real life can get punished. Great name by the way, I guess. He's also a fellow Swedish brother, so I respect that. But yeah, as you mentioned, I really, I really like the Radiant Dawn, like their answers. Like now they have a Phalos and Thresh, two like super solid picks. I would maybe like more like a Leona or like some sort of engage that can go on the side and follow up. But this just looks really say from Radiant Dawn, if they can get their solo lanes ahead, it's going to be really tough for Lucent to compete. But if Lucent can get their bot lane ahead maybe early, maybe get 1 or 2 Drake stacks early, then they're kind of forcing Radiant Dawn to contest the third Drake, then I think they're going to have a good time. So I mean, yeah, no, I think no team has like an edge here, honestly. I mean, I would favor Radiant Dawn's comp overall, but Lucent, they can for sure put up a good fight.
Alrighty, well, we'll be getting ready to go into the game any second now. This is our 4th game of the day. I've got a few concerns. You know, the lack of engage. Yes, you do have the range of the Jinx and the Victor, but you kind of need to make sure you get on to this Karthus and not just let him kind of chip away at you. You know, it's also quite hard to actually catch people because you've got the fresh hook, the fresh lantern. You've got the swing on Denzel on the Akshan as well. So it's actually quite hard to catch people to the side of Lucent.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. As you mentioned, right, they don't have like the Malphite ulti or like the Leona ulti as well to like fully go for the engage. But again, they have so much long range to work with. I think they're gonna be okay as long as they don't fall behind in the game. If they do, it's gonna be really rough. But again, like I think river control for so many games today has been like so important to get, and I think especially this one, if Lucent can, they should for sure like try to focus early on like getting the objectives, getting 1 Drake, getting the Herald for sure, and making it not so easy for Radiant Dawn, because we have seen like what Karthus can do when he gets just the free scale and gets ahead. Like this champion just takes over completely.
Well, for now, just seeing junglers starting up on the top side of the map means they might look to make some action towards the bot side, but again, it's so hard to actually pull dives off this patch, just due to the extra tower damage. And also when you look at the supports, like no one's diving a Tahm Kench. No one really wants to be diving the Fresh either. It's going to be so hard to actually pull those dives off. So I kind of expect to see, you know, these lanes probably just try and farm up and look to play for that prio. There's Kurosh having a little fight versus Denzel. Denzel is going to be on the losing end of that trade.
Yeah, he's going to have the triple potion to his in his favor, but again, I mean, Kurosh has the corrupting potion himself. I really like the point you made though, like the fact that pulling dives off is so much harder. Maybe this is also like an incentive to being able to pick these champions that just kind of scales really hard in the jungle, and they don't really gank, they don't really do much early, they just kind of full clear. That's kind of why I respect the Volibear pickup, because I mean, Lilia was banned, Karthus was picked, there's like no champion he can pick, I think, that scales like similarly. Maybe the Talia would have been the best like answer, but now they just go for a completely different route. Now it's kind of on Volibear's, he's kind of pressured in the early game to like for sure like pull something off, but as you mentioned again, like he doesn't have the best tools to like go for like a gank or something. I think once again they just have to play for the objectives.
Yeah, it probably will be the game plan. And Volibear, it would actually pull off these objective fights way better. If he finds Fatal IRL, he wins that fight. He's just going to have so many more tools early to deal with him. And you know, when that level 6 does come through, there's also the ability to turn these towers off with the Stormbringer. So you do have options and abilities to get into it. But now Fatal IRL actually looking for the gank here. Mirai flashes away, gets a whole bunch of damage off, and Fine Forever falls down. But they do get the Gravitum lock onto Mirai. Mirai will lose his life, but Little Pants is just buying time because Rydona's coming in. The flash comes forward, and here comes Rydona. Limitless Falls. Fatal IRL trying to find a kill in response, but no. Little Pants will get the tongue lash off, and he gets out scot-free. Rydona is looking for the extra damage, looking for the follow-up as Kurosh has flash, gets the Q off, and Lucent get 3 kills bot side.
Really huge there for Lucent. They get the perfect wave management as well, that wave's not gonna crash. I mean, really risky there from Radiant Dawn, I feel like. Karthus, he's been really just full clearing. He's, of course, I mean, he's kind of gonna be first on the bot side, right? Because Volibear didn't really skip any camps, but it's really risky to go for that play. I feel like they both know that both giants were puffing bot side. Sure, they get the initial kill, right? But then, I mean, Lucent they just come and clean up. Victor has the prio as well onto the Akshan. I think Akshan actually took the time to base there. So, I mean, yeah, really good. This is what we have to see when you play against the likes of Karthus. I'm surprised to see that it was actually Radiant Dawn who started that fight off.
Well, it's actually Rising Dawn, by the way. It's fine. It's fine. Good. Rising Dawn, you know, picking this Karthus, this time what we see the difference is versus what we saw with Natives, they just didn't get punished on the Karthus, and now It looks like FatIRL trying to be very active on the map, gets himself slowed down for the moment, goes in with a hammer bomb.
Oh!
Ceratexy's out with Vangstead, and FatIRL is just wasting time.
DBL just Goomba stomping on the top side of the map for, oh my god, that was super clean. I mean, I thought for sure that FatIRL will just be able to pick up the kill there, but he gets out alive as well with the kill. I mean, this is just kind of disaster in the early game for Rising Dawn, I should say. And I mean, yeah, it's really well played all around, man. That's nice to see. These
That was
teams
such a good little taxi.
Yeah,
Such a good little taxi out from DBL there.
Oh yeah, that was clean. These teams are like no one. This is what I respect as well about these teams. As you mentioned, like in Division 1, people are playing it really slow, and maybe you don't get like as many advantages in lane because people kind of expect how to play the matchup, and they're just playing it kind of standard. But in these type of games, I mean, these guys are not scared to like take a fight and go for that 1v2 outplay and stuff. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's actually really nice to see. 5 minutes in, and Rhydona actually been very proactive on the map, picking up this dragon for his team. It's going to be the Ocean Drace, a little bit extra sustain or recoverability in the health bar. Going to be sitting nice for them, and with the fact that now FatIRL's basically wasted 2 ganks and not been able to achieve too much, it's going to be something that is a little bit scary, where this Volibear being very proactive on the map has been able to set his team up somewhat, and now looks like Rhydona may be looking for a gank here on the bot side, stepping up for Fire Forever. They're going to look for the knock-up, but they just turn it back around. The traps are there, and Rhydona finds the kill is limitless. Going to be able to get a little bit of damage off. It's quite hard to dive him with the red and white guns, but he gets slowed up by the tongue lash, and he has to flash away. As meanwhile, DBL and Vangstead going toe-to-toe, but DBL feeling this a little bit, even with FatIRL around. DBL still feeling very comfortable. Yeah,
I mean, really good pick up from Rhydona. He knows that, I mean, the Thresh doesn't have flash. It's kind of easy to just go there and punish. The wave was perfect as well for the gank, and obviously FatIRL being on the top side. This is what he has to do, right? He has to keep proactive on his Volibear. This is what we didn't really see in the first game when Carlos was picked. And as you mentioned, like, FatIRL has been trying to be really proactive on the map so far, which is like resulting in Rhydona only being like 2 camps down, despite being so active. I mean, this is kind of not what I expect when I see Cartus.
No, not at all. This is it's a very interesting Carthus play style. He has been able to pick himself a kill up, and he still has a farm lead over Rhydona. But he wants to try and get his lanes ahead, and he's trying to play a scaling jungler, but also got a ganking jungler, and you know it's working somewhat, but also at the same time, you know, Rhydona being able to get the 2-0 and that 1 assist as well on the Volibear, and that dragon in the pocket as well. Riftail spawning up fairly soon as well. You can see Rhydona moving towards this top side of the map. He's already cleared out his bot side, so he can turn his attention towards this objective if he wants. He's got a pushing lane from Kurosh, who is going for a cheeky reset now, but DBL can also pretty much quite comfortably hold this lane versus Vangstead at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, right? And he has obviously going to have Pry on this top side. He has such a huge wave there, and the bad thing for Rising Dawn as well is that Lucent just shoved in this big wave as well, so they're not going to be able to like create a slow push on their own and like be able to punish. And now, obviously, FatIRL clearing his bot side, gonna clear both the top as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rhydona just starts up this Herald now. Ooh, as I say that on DBL, that guy's completely cracked. Again, he's not scared to fight. This could actually even be a dive towards them if they know that FatIRL is on the bot side. Yeah,
they've got the ultimate on Rhydona. So if they do see him, this might be the moment, because they can turn those towers off. And at this point, Poppy kind of tanky enough, but good little read there by Vangstead to step away as Rhydona walked over the pink ward. DBL now getting a bit of proxy farming off. Just going to deny Vangstead a little bit more as this next wave will crash. Problem is oh no, you've managed to secure it.
I mean, actually, I really like to see that what Lucent is doing though. Like, they know that FatIRL is on the bot side. They don't have to get Pry on that lane. They just go and leash the blue for Kurosh to make sure that FatIRL cannot get anything on the enemy side, on the enemy bot side. They actually managed to zone off Vangstead from a couple of CS, but in the end didn't manage to get the Herald, and now Rhydona is turning back on the bot side. But as I say that though, they're fighting on the bot side again. Yeah, they're looking for the hook. They're gonna land it onto Mirai, but already the Gravitum's being used. Keep in mind, health bar's low. Mirai's got level 6, and they have the Volibear, so they can turn this tower off. It's a little bit scary as a wave's crashing in as well, so may just have to cool it as Kurosh. And a little bit of damage off to Denzel. Denzel swings back around. Rhydona just always in the wings, threatening the dive as Lucent going to take that plate, and they're going to be happy with it. Yeah, I mean, once again, they have to respect Radona so much. Like, he has ran from top to bottom, and while he didn't secure the objectives, he's giving so much breathing room to his laners. And I mean, it's okay for now. I would like still to see them just. They're probably just gonna play for this Drake in 1 minute, right? But it still feels like Lucent just has so much pressure on the map right now, and Rising Dawn, they just have to play super scared.
Yeah, they do need to play. Well, I mean, scared's probably not the best way to word it, because, you know, they still got options. They still got scaling.
Yeah.
They do have to be worried, though, because Lucent have been able to pick themselves up a bunch of kills. Now, the big thing to note is Dragon spawning in 50 seconds. So if Radona wants to turn its attention towards one of these objectives, they could always answer out on the other side. This is something we saw natives do quite a lot in the first game. Or was it? No, it was
Unique.
It was Unique actually did it in the second game. They were very on it with just trading objectives to keep themselves relevant in the game to the point where they felt comfortable to start the fights and choose their fights.
Yeah, and I really hope that we get to see this from Rising Dawn as well, like showing that development that I did not see from a lot of teams in last season. And now it's just up to them to track Radona, see where he wants to go. I would assume, right, kind of no-brainer to just go for the Drake, although like the Herald is looking juicy up there. As I say that though, Fatarel has gone back to, he has been starting to chill a bit. He's kind of not being proactive on any lanes, he's kind of farming, which is just showing instantly, right, once he clears so much faster than Radona, and while Radona gets his first item spike earlier than Fatarel, this item, I mean, this is just gonna grow, right?
Well,
okay, never mind.
Fine Forever is looking for these hooks, but there was just Lucent were aware something was up. The moment that Fresh just decides to walk past the minion wave and towards your face, you know you're probably outmanned, even if it is the Karthus. Now, they're aware that this dragon's going on, and this, like you said, is risky. The volley bear's in the area, and Radona already got that chem tank, so he can chase people down.
The TP?
And wait, who TP'd it? Oh, DBL did. Okay, they want to secure this dragon. They really want to secure this dragon. Hook comes in, it's gonna land in onto the dragon, but that is going to be all they can do to zone him away. DBL makes sure that this dragon doesn't go down. Lucent is going to get control of the area, put the vision down, and clear it out.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that I think that TP was really like exaggerating from DBL, but then Kurosh actually TPs onto the top side as well and managed to catch the wave, so they don't actually lose much. Pop is gonna be able to pick up most of this wave as well, and I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm so happy to see that these teams are actually pulling like off like good macro plays. It's really, I mean, it's really nice to see. Now they have 2 Drakes on their belt, but as I say that, a lot of fighting in the bot.
Cheeky hook into a cheeky gobble. Mirai gets some big shield off. There is the ulti. Little Spans is going low, as the ultimate will not be enough to finish on the kill, but everybody else is chasing him. Mirai needs to find the damage, but Radona coming in forward to secure the kill. Jumps in with the Stormbringer, takes down the kill. Here comes DBL. Fine Forever slowed by the W. It is just a 2-for-1 in favor of Rising Dawn.
Oof, well fought back there from Rising. I mean, Dawn, they just, I mean, obviously they have the cards ulti to the arsenal now. They can look to fight a bit more, but as you mentioned earlier, like Fine Forever, this guy is always going for the hooks, and even though Mirai has Tam Kench on his side, it doesn't really matter. Vangstead though.
Vangstead in trouble, can try and get the Q up in time, not gonna get it. As down he goes, the Karthus cashes in on the kill. Very overextended there from Kurosh.
Yeah, and this is what you hate to see, right? When you do this in solo queue, you're like kind of making a swap play, and then you see your laner, the guy who swapped is like dying to your laner. That's like really tilting. I would 9x Kurosh right there, but nah, I'm just playing. Obviously, he got gained by Fatarel, who was on the top side, and now it's like kind of the first time where I actually see like a sizable lead for the Cardus. He has been managing to just calm down a bit and try to clear, but Radona is not calm.
Yeah, he's popped himself. The chem tank is going to get caught out though by Fat IRL, and Radona reading the play, just going to step away, doesn't want to deal with that for now, as DBL picks up another plate here on the bottom side. So both top laners have a fair amount of plates for themselves, as there's the knock up. Good Lantern, though, to get them out for the moment. Mirai can't actually get too much closer. The rest of the team collapsing in, and Little Pants has to flash over the wall. Kurosh is about. Fat Ariel takes a tongue lash, and Laser Beam coming in into that gravity field as well to make sure nobody can step up. Limitless. It's going to eat a little bit of damage on response.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Fine Forever, this guy is impressing me so much. Like, he's on point with his lanterns, he's on point with his hooks as well. Like, constantly making sure that Limitless is as safe as possible. And Yeah, I was gonna say that I thought we were gonna see like a much more calmer, like couple of minutes, but once again, like these teams are not afraid to fight regardless. I also see actually it's Limitless on the Aphelos has the Herald to his for his to him to use, and I would just assume that it's probably gonna go for the mid lane tower. It's looking kind of low here. Could work to get that if. Rising Dawns as like their solo lanes are getting stronger now. Maybe able to get prio and maybe just try to group up in the mid, try to get the tower. Because if you get the mid lane tower, it's just so much easier to play the side lanes.
Yeah, it really is. It's a weird lane swap situation where top laner versus mid laners, AD carries in the bot lane, like DVL, even though he's got a full item, it's kind of just avoiding playing versus Vangstead for now, and he's just going to get range harassed by Denzel. Or Denzel can slowly whittle away at the tower. Remember, Denzel's now got himself the Kraken Slayer here, so he's actually able to do quite a lot of damage to these tankier members, kind of bypassing that armor. Idona maybe thinking about coming into the mid lane. He's charging him forwards, caught out by the Flay, but carries on with the snare, with the slows. The zap goes wide by Mirai. And it's kind of all that he can do in the mid lane for now, as Rhydona now has to be quite careful versus Fat IRL, who's able to get a little bit of additional damage into him.
Yeah, I mean, Fatterell actually already being 11, while Radona, I mean, obviously on this champ, right, you have to do something practical. You're gonna fall behind the levels no matter what you do. And I thought we were gonna see something very explosive there. I thought he was just gonna ult in and on to find forever, but I guess they were kind of respecting. Not sure what though, because Rising Dawn were both on the top. They were just, their solo lanes were just pushing bot and top, actually managing to get, I think, both of the towers, actually, which is... This is where Rising Dawn silence comes into play, right? They're just so strong. The good thing though is that Lucent has their third Drake coming up in 30 seconds. It's a Cloud Soul though, so yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah.
The worst thing is like, who actually uses this well? Lucent actually can use the effect fairly well, but like, I don't think there's many people on Rising Dawn who actually can use it effectively.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're on point with that. I think for sure Lucent is not going to be happy about that. They will for sure want like any other soul. But as you mentioned, they are for sure the best team in this, the best lineup in this game to use it. But a hook goes wide.
Mirai has to flash away though. Instantly caught out, pops the ghost and everything. Just very aggressive overstepping there as DBL has found out Vangstead. I feel like at this point, DBL probably loses the 1v1 now. Vangstead strong enough with that Divine Sunderer. There it is. Skill button, I promise. Able to do a lot of damage off as Rhydona jumps in forward. The rocket comes down and Dragon secure, but it means nothing to the side of Lucent because they are happy to take that kill.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, good trade for them. As you mentioned, like...
Wait, that's an amazing trade. Yeah. Limitless won't be able to place Herald.
Oh!
It's going to time out before he respawns. That's actually so big.
Oh my god, you're completely right. Wow, that's a tragedy. That's why you don't give the AD carry the Herald. Like
yeah, there he goes.
Oh no!
Timed out, man. That's so sad.
And now he swaps to the blue trigger as well. As if nothing happened. No one realized that at all. Nah, that's.
I can't believe my jungler didn't place Herald.
That's such a bummer for Limitless. Actually, he's gonna bite himself in the. I can scratch himself on the head for that one. I was actually surprised to... I mean, I was gonna say that like the silver lining for Lucent about Rising Dawn getting that Drake is that it's still like it's a Cloud Soul, right? But as you mentioned, like Lucent getting that kill and actually denying the Herald is super huge, especially now when Rising Dawn's solo lanes are getting online. The action, you know, kind of popping. I mean, he's still just chilling on the side lane, but had a cool as well. So just there, just been super scaling. I'm kind of curious now to see if Rising Dawn can actually contest on the bot side. I'm not really sure how the matchup goes, but Vangstead going on to Kurosh. The TP coming in instantly though.
Yeah, looking to bail him out. He catches him off with the Chaos Storm. DBL zooming towards, but Vangstead not going to be caught today. And that was a wasted teleport by DBL.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, really, like that was like NLC timing on that TP. Like in the second Vangstead went in, he just TP'd instantly. But as you mentioned, probably not needed. Denzel got a pressure on his top side now, and yeah, I mean, you're not having the TP when you're playing this 1-3-1 comps is just super not good.
That's because he's playing with his coach. He's trying to impress his coach that his TP's on point.
Oh yeah.
No hesitation teleports. Trying to impress Rhydona.
Actually, that's a 5-man play then. I respect it. I would have done the same. Yeah, I mean, actually, I guess he saved his teammate. I'm not sure if Courage would have died there because Wangstead missed his grappling hook. Is that what it's called? His E?
I don't actually know what any of his abilities are called.
Yeah, no worries.
I've still not played this champ. Like,
yeah, no, same man. That's
I absolutely hate Akshan. It's
Yeah.
annoying because like into the 2 champs I play, it's so hard for me to actually deal with him. Like I play LeBlanc and GP mid, right? GP he just pops the barrels. LeBlanc he throw chains out and he just jumps away. He just hooks away and you can't ever catch him. He's so hard to punish in lane.
Oh man, like playing GP into Akshan, it sounds like the most horrible experience ever. Like you can never get a barrel off. Holy moly.
It's horrendous. It's like the only way to get a barrel off, you have to free barrel. You have to get the 3 barrels off. That's the only way.
Holy moly. And
Yeah,
even then he like builds some lifesteal item and you can't really do anything. Like your poke is not nearly enough. But yeah, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Actually, I remember playing with, I think when Akshan got released and I had like a GP player on my team and he has played into Akshan and he said it was like literally unplayable. Like you cannot play. But maybe if your name is Hiprain, you're like GP main in mid, maybe it's a bit easier. But yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Oh, nice hook though. Fine forever. Landing hooks forever.
Yeah.
Super crisp play.
Yeah, I mean this guy's been popping off with his hooks lately, but the TP coming in once again, kind of questionable once again, but maybe wants to. I mean, he sees Rydona on that side of the map, so I mean, as you mentioned before, like he has to go for that teleport. But yeah, I mean, Lucent now having both TPs down is really unfavorable for them. Like Rising Dawn, they just kind of feel like they're kind of just playing with their food on the map. Honestly, they're kind of making the correct rotations. They are pressuring. I mean, like a lot, and feels like it's not gonna get better anytime soon. Like they're both picking up like their second items now on the cards, on the Akshan, and you mentioned as well when we finished the draft that Lucent doesn't really have a way to like find fights consistently. Feels like Rising Dawn kind of has to mess up in order to for Lucent to get in position to get the fight going. But that's kind of what we see now. I feel like the kind of desperate TPs coming in. They're kind of not sure what to do, but maybe this next upcoming Drake is gonna be the fight that they're looking for.
21 minutes on the clock, and it actually looks like Lucent are coming in on a flank, but they're graviting on Limitless. It's actually quite hard to step forward. It looks like they're just going to have to try and call it from there. A little bit of damage onto the tower. The pings are actually going in at the Baron. Maybe Rising Dawn are thinking about it, but I think it'd be a very risky one to go for the Baron. Then comes the hook shot. Vangstead almost gets caught out by the steadfast presence. Rydona's been caught for the moment. Jumps in with the ultimate. Slams backwards. Has to flash away, but he's shut down by Limitless. Here comes the hammer swing. Misses. Goes between the goalposts. Fato able to dodge away from that one. And now a little bit more additional damage is going to be landing into Little Plants, who has to flash away, but DBL comes in with a flank. Gets the ult off for the moment from Fat IRL as Vangstead jumps forward. Nobody gets caught out by the Everfrosts, and Rising Dawn very low on HP right now. They're down their jungler though, but they're Lucent still seeing if they can go for it. Another good hook comes in. Dragon secured, and it has just gone horrific for the side of Lucent. One member after the other will fall down. A triple kill for Vangstead. And Lucent just gets slammed.
Super well played from Rising Dawn. I mean, Rydona tries to go for the engage, but it's not nearly enough. Rising Dawn, they just have so much damage, they won't tap him. And after that, it's just impossible for Lucent to play. They want to play this front-to-back teamfight comp with the Poppy just peeling their carries, but without the Volibear, it's just super hard. And also, like, Tam Kench has like no job in this fight as well when the Volibear is dead. And I mean Rising Dawn, yeah, they just clean up.
This is what we were talking about though, M-Test.
Yeah.
They have no engage.
Yes.
Lucent, they kind of need you to go into them. But they don't actually have, but like Rising Dawn, same tag, that's why. Rising Dawn, you know, they're quite happy just not to jump in and wait until they get engaged on. They have a comp that can turn it around as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just hit that's the point exactly, right? And while Lucent has like the higher range, once one of their front lines go down, it's just super hard. Wangstead.
Oh, might find himself caught out here. A lot of abilities landing in. Little Pants comes forward. Vangstead, he's so tanky. Welcome to the durability patch, baby. Everyone is immortal. And And somehow, this Fresh lands every hook onto the AD carry every time. DBO gets a free man knock up and somehow flashes away to safety. In goes another hook, lands onto another carry. Kurosh goes low, Limitless. Still got that Moonlight Vigil if he gets a good flank off. Here it comes! Big ultimate gonna go down, but it doesn't quite do enough damage now. So Rydona flashes forward, gets a whole bunch more damage. The Requiem will rain down, and Lucent will burn. 2 quick kills for Fat IRL, and he is looking unbelievably fed. It's a slaughterhouse for the side of Rising Dawn. 5 members fall for Lucent. A clean sweep for Rising Dawn.
Rising Dawn, we were talking about it, right? How they can just play the team fights really slow and front to back, and it's exactly what they were doing. They just kind of forced the cooldowns from Lucent, and they played slow. They don't have to go like really deep. Then once Fatter's ulti comes out, it's just good night time. Kind of like the Nocturne ulti in this one, and they're gonna secure the Nashor. They're now gonna have almost a 10,000 gold lead, a 9k gold lead, and now with this Camille being super fed, the Akshan, Fatterel also like getting level 15, maybe we'll even pick up the Rabadon as well. I mean, it's just spelling disaster for Lucent. Holy moly.
It is an absolutely horrific loss for them on that fight, and now the gold lead 9,000 in favor Rising Dawn. They can go back to base. You can see the items as well. Got yourself that Lord Dom's Gale Force onto Limitless. Blade of the Ruin King, Kraken Slayer, almost got the Lord Doms as well for Denzel. Fat IRL has started the library, got the Shadow Flame, got the Leandries. They are just ready to take this game down.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like as Snille mentioned in the interview, like just playing around your jungle looks so solid. Like when you have this AP jungle, you're able to kind of free scale. Even though Fat IRL was trying to do so many practical things in the early game, he has slowed down the game a bit, been farming since then, and I mean, it's just super strong. Honestly, in that fight, I thought Limitless was gonna just one-tap everyone with his blue gun like ultimate, but I guess his durability patch as well just was kind of like luster. But after that, I mean, the Fatterel Cardus Requiem comes out, and it's just clean up. It's just really rough now to see a way for Lucent to like try to get back into the game. They still have to play. It's kind of front to back, but I mean, from this point, honestly, they just kind of lose it against. I mean, the Cardus, the Akshan. It's just super hard for them.
It's going to be a hard ask. It's going to be a very hard ask, as Rising Dawn can just reset here, turn their attention towards this dragon that's spawning up fairly soon. And this is the one good thing about a Cloud Soul, is you can rotate around the map way quicker. So they can get back to base nice, a little bit later than typically you see a team reset, head into the jungle, get that speed boost, and quickly get back onto the map.
Yeah, no, that's a good point for sure. That's for sure like one of the few positive aspects with the Cloudrick. I was actually disappointed to see Rising Dawn not instantly go for the 1-3-1. I feel like they kind of wasted at least half of their Nash buff now by just going to play 2 lanes, which is good for Lucent, right? They get time to keep scale and maybe find a good fight. I would really just also love to see if they just didn't really care about this Drake at all and just like keep pushing 3 lanes, because if you open the map against these type of champions, the Jinx, the Victor, it's gonna be so rough to like for them to come back. But they're gonna play it safe. They're gonna get the Cloud Drake to the soul point, and yeah, might need another Nashor to finish this one off for Rising Dawn.
Yeah, it feels like Rising Dawn, you know, got the fight, got the Baron, but they weren't really able to punish it too hard. Zvang instead just puts up the dabbing penguin and gonna make his way away, and it is giving time for Lucent to get some farm under their belt. You know, you really want that Jinx to hit that Infinity Edge and have that kind of third crit item and really come online there. Because at the moment, it does feel a little bit like Mirai not really doing too much damage. You have got a fair amount of damage capable coming out from Kurosh, and Kurosh almost level 16, but Rydona 3 levels behind Fat IRL. It's such a devastating lead in the jungle, and this is kind of what we expect from the Karthus. And we even had criticisms of Fat IRL, who was trying to play very proactive as a ganker, and it didn't really work out, and Rydona had a good read on it, but now just being outscaled as Fat IRL was able to kind of give up on that ganking playstyle and then turn his attention a little bit more towards getting that farm under his belt. As he's going back to base and probably looking towards that death cap, or at least getting closer towards it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fatterella kind of forgot what champion was playing, and then he kind of realized after he died once, and then like, hey, I'm actually playing Karthus. I don't have to do anything. I just have to clear my jungle. I kind of wanna touch on the Savi that he said, Mirai, not like feels like he kind of doesn't deal any damage. Usually I don't flame people's builds But when you have Poppy, Volibear, and Tamkench in your team, and you have so much peel, it's really illegal to go for rapid fire, like especially against this like team comp of Rising Dawn who hasn't like, got the longest range. I feel like you just a PD into IE would be so much more beneficial. But I mean, he wants to play it safe, right? But when you have the Tamkench, kind of need to like up your game a bit, not be scared to like play aggressive. Of course, it's hard when you're this far behind. Now it's kind of like a bit kind of too late, but just a heads up if you're watching this game. Maybe yeah, I mean don't go rapid fire. It's really useless this game.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, I'd even prefer Hurricane, to be honest with you, over rapid fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I think PD is definitely better, but
Yeah.
I think of all the Zeal items,
I think actually, if you go Runans on every AD, you get so much more dopamine than if you just go PD. Because when the bolts are hitting, you're like kind of one-tapping camps. You get so much
Yeah.
dopamine. But that, yeah.
It's a
Other than
mental
that,
boost, that item.
Yeah, it is.
I get it.
It was maybe that's what's needed in this one to make sure that they can get a comeback.
Because Hydra's now a really satisfying item because like the range AoE. Like
Oh, actually, yeah.
when you get like the, you remember when Corki was meta and you have the Gatling gun out and there'd just be loads of like Hydra procs going off.
Yeah.
That stuff that felt really good. That felt really good.
That's what we live for when you play League. When you play this durability patch, you don't have much to be happy about. You are that's kind of what you have to hope for, right? There's the dopamine kick from the items that can give you these effects. Yeah, I mean we talked a bit about that before the show as well. That this patch has been a bit atrocious. At least that's my opinion. I thought it was good first for ADs, and I think it probably still is. We had an interview as well where they said that AD carry is like for sure buffed. But I had a 2-week break from League, and today I came back, played one game. I was absolutely miserable, man. It was the kind of the worst experience I had in a long time. And League is a great game, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, today was not my day for sure.
Here's the thing, man. When AD carries are having fun, no one else in the game is having fun.
Actually,
that's just the rule of League of Legends. Rydona looking for the steal, has to flash out of the pit, and they tried for it. The hammer comes down and DBL sends everybody packing. Baron secured by Riddle. We can go back to talking about how we all hate AD carries.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was just kind of a chill time, right? With nothing was going on, but then the Nash spawns, they instantly go for it, right? But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. When AD carries are having fun, no one else is having fun, and when I guess when AD carries are not having fun, everyone else is having fun. So I mean, it's a trade-off. Maybe it's just a sign for me to like swap roles or something. Maybe I should just play jungle. Actually, it looks so easy, right? You just full clear and then you're kind of 1v9ing.
Yeah, he full clearing to win the game. Got the death cap onto Fat IRL. I'd like to see actually how much AP Fat has. Let's have a quick look. Oh, it's coming. The camera froze.
550?
I can't see.
Yeah, I'm just guessing.
Oh, here we go. We'll get an update in a second.
Oh.
They are looking potentially for the fight here, actually. Here it comes, the reign of terror. As Vangstead just jumps. Oh my god, AD carry's dead. Down he goes. And that is going to be it. As the ult comes through from Denzel, a double kill for Vangstead as well. Into the hook, into the cleanup. Vangstead having the time of his life, a quadra kill. Over to the Camille, denied the Penta. So he will sacrifice his life to the tower.
Oh, mamma mia, that's that Camille is one-tapping Jinx. That's not what you want to see as an AD carry main.
Doesn't matter about your extra resistances. The true damage from the Q. The precision protocol takes you out. 33 minutes on the clock. And Rising Dawn are going to take the victory there.
Yeah, I mean, not maybe not the ending we were hoping for. They just kind of rolled them over, and it was not nearly as hype as it could have been. But that's the story, right? When you're 10k gold lead ahead, you have one Asher, you just playing with the 1-3-1 comp as well, right? I mean, I was gonna say clean. I think the early game from Rising Dawn was really shaky. Just going for ganks with Cartus when you know that Volibear is on bot side. Maybe they didn't know. I mean, we're having a map pack after all, so I mean, maybe we just were too giga brain on that one. But yeah, definitely some stuff to clean up in early game. But other than that, I mean, Fatterell died once and then he never died again. So
yeah. Well, now we learn it. Ban Carthus. We're going to throw it to a break, and when we're back, we'll do our interview. So we'll see you in a moment.